So just to elaborate, and once again, I'm not condoning any of this behavior in any way, but a sexual act is completely different than a violent act against a gender. Anally penetrating boys, I'm sure women, most women, there may be some naive ones, but most women are fully aware that it's not a sexual act against the child. It's an act against his gender. It's a violent act against a man. It has nothing to do with sex. And fortunately, I didn't experience that, but I'm sure the men that did experience that understand that it was a violent act towards them. It had nothing to do with anything. It's two different things, and I'm convinced that most women that did that out of spite, out of self-hate, just like this whole movement has proven to be in large part a movement of self-hate and projection towards others. It is not the same. Once again, this does not mean I condone any of that behavior, but clearly, they know what they're doing. They know it's a violent act. I'm sure those boys, unfortunately, and they should seek justice. I personally believe all those boys who were violated and can be proven, should take these women to court, because it is the absolute worst thing you could do to a man is to emasculate him. Like I said, it's the equivalent. The actual true equivalent is shooting testosterone in a little girl because you're jealous of her femininity. And now tell me, is there any sexual gratification? Is that a sexual act? No, that's an act of violence towards a gender, and that's what women are doing and have been doing. And my life is a perfect example of how extreme, from various groups, not just from women, but from various groups, that hate is, that gender hate, that it's actually they're the ones that hate gender. They say all this, love all genders. No, they're the ones proving they hate the male gender. They hate heterosexuals. They hate true heterosexuals. They're the ones proving they're hateful. It's an act of hate, and they know it. They know it. They absolutely fucking know it, and they're relishing it. That's why they're smiling, and they're all tongue-in-cheek. They know it. They know it. That's why they're all smiling and photographing. Obviously, thankfully I wasn't a victim of what these boys were victim of, but they know it. It's not at all the same. It's not the same. It's not an act, and that's why women are constantly laughing and have that smirk on their face when they're doing something dumb. They'll sit there like, they have this idea of because they know how demented they are, and they think, men think they're more violent than us. You know how much we hate. You know how violent we women are. You know how much more twisted we are than you. And they know it, and that's constantly what they're saying. And they've been saying that, openly now due to these movements that have occurred. Openly, women say, you have no idea how much more sick and twisted we are than you. We really want to hurt you. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's not an act. It is an act of shooting estrogen in a little girl to make her have a mustache and go bald because an act of encouraging a child or helping a child or even sexual gratification. No, it's not. It's an act of gender hate. So literally everything these people, they stand for is literally the complete opposite. They're hateful, they hate, and that's all they have. It's the only emotion they have. Jealousy, envy, and hate, and they just keep displaying it, and they have no depth at all. And that's it.